Welcome Aries to your monthly reading for November 2020. If this reading resonates with you, then please like, share and subscribe. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, then please be sure to check your moon, your rising and your Venus sign. Welcome cross watchers and welcome anybody that is new to my channel. Okay, let's have a look and see what's happening for Aries for the month of November. So we're going to start with the central issue. So we've got the Nine of Swords. We've got two clarifying cards around that. Okay, whoa, Saturn in the world. And we have, that Five of Swords, Venus sitting in Aquarius. We've got a bus driving energy and we have got an outcome card. I'll then go through and expand on this reading. Okay, so the central theme for you, Aries, what is going on for you guys in November? So this is the stress card. It's the card of anxiety. Mars sits in Gemini here. So it's about, Mars in Gemini. So it's literally about you overthinking something to the nth degree, overthinking it to the point where it's causing you sleepless nights. Okay, this can also be an indication of insomnia. So Aries, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough downtime? Are you getting enough rest? Because I know that Aries energy is it's like cardinal fire. It's just quick off the mark and then there's a slow burning at the end of that, isn't it? It's just like, boom, you'll crash. So I really feel it's really important, Aries, to make sure that you're not overthinking situations that come up for you in November. Now, your clarifying card, you've got the World here. Okay, Saturn sits in this energy. So the World card, it's about completion of cycles, but it's about completion of cycles around things that we had to go through. This feels very karmic for you, Aries. There's and on the other side of that, we've got the Five of Swords. We've got the card of the ego. So to me, this feels like you're maybe getting into arguments with somebody. There's something that's been said and, you're overthinking this situation. You're overthinking this argument. And this is kind of a karmic pattern for you. It's something that you need to go through. Making sure that you go through it though, and you just don't sit in the energy of overthinking about it. Okay, what's sitting for you at the bottom and driving this spread, you've got the Strength card. So the energy of Leo sits in this. So this is about, reminding yourself or acknowledging that you are stronger than you think. You have the inner strength to be able to cope with this situation, to be able to cope with this person. And when you really trust in yourself and you know that you have the strength and fortitude and that our guides never ever give us anything that we can't handle, then you'll be able to release and let go a little bit of this overthinking, this anxiety and this stress around this situation, Aries. Your outcome card, you've got Saturn again, a lot of Saturn energy. So there's a lot of rules, there's a lot of restrictions, there's a lot of constriction for you coming up in November, which is great because there's huge opportunities for growth and learning around restrictions and constrictions. But this is about taking on too much, Aries. It's about taking on everybody's burdens. It's about always saying yes when you want to say no. I also want to point out, be careful about any lower back issues going on for you as well, Aries. Now let's get a couple of clarifying cards around that outcome. And then we'll get a focus card and an advice card. Okay, so some energy, clarifying that Ten of Wands, please. Clarifying that the burdens of responsibility that you're taking on that aren't all yours. The people, to me, there's a lot of people pleasing that shows up in this, in Ten of Wands. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's thrown out. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got death and rebirth, and it's come out in the reverse. So this tells me, and this is around clarifying around this taking on too much of other people's stuff. Everything, there's kind of like that hard slog and there's an easier way to go about it, but you're actually making it harder for yourself by taking on too much, by just being like, yep. When you're feeling exhausted already, this is a card of exhaustion as well. And the fact that death has come out as a clarifier in the reverse, it tells me that you're holding on to situations, you're holding on to things, and I want to bring these cards up here. You're holding on to things for way too long that want to leave, that we need to let go of. So beautiful, fresh, new energy can come in. You've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So this feels like you're blocking opportunities for new energies to come in because you just feel that you have to take everything on yourself, right? Okay. So to summarize, there's some overthinking around maybe an argument, maybe something with a person that you're just not letting it go. There's this is karmic for you. There's a lesson in this for you in that World card. You've got the strength and the fortitude to work through this, but be very careful that you're not taking on everybody else's burdens, everybody else's dramas, and everybody else's trials and tribulations, because there is a need to let go. There's a need to release and let this thing go that you're overthinking about. And when you do that, there's beautiful new opportunity for growth coming in. Okay, now I'm just going to see which area of your life for November should you be focusing on, Aries? Which area of your life in November should you be focusing on? Okay, you've got the 6th house coming up here. So the area for you to focus on is around your work, around your day-to-day activities, around your health as well. I want to say your health, particularly that 10 of Wands card coming up here with the bad back. So be careful about watching your back there. So focusing on your health, focusing on your day-to-day, your routines, and how you can be of service to other people. So I feel like it's kind of for you to sort of move through this energy of this stress and overthinking. Let's try focusing on how we can be of service to those around us, how we can be helpful, how we can help people. It's also about your routines, and just allowing yourself to let that Saturn energy sit and sizzle or settle a little bit while you just focus on your day-to-day routines, because that's very Saturnian in itself, right? Structure and rules and regulations, and the 6th house loves that energy of Saturn. It really, really does. It gets off on those day-to-day planning, doing this, writing things down, right? That Virgo energy. And let's do an advice card for you, Aries. Using the Soul's Journey, and I will read from the deck. I will read from the book. Oops, what do we got there? We've got Grief, Penny Poo Poo. Fast asleep. Isn't she adorable? Okay, grief. And it is interesting because it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And this is interesting that this is flown out of the deck, because this is kind of like a shout out to that death and rebirth in reverse, right? That holding on. And I've just opened it up to that page. So grief. Nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost something, someone or something, is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate our having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and the sense of loss are absolutely real, but that is the point. The lesson of loss is not about the actual physical separation, because the parting is temporary and illusionary. The point of the lesson is to acknowledge that the bonds of love never end, and that we have not been abandoned. When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything you have ever loved, it will give you the ability to move beyond your grief and to derive something beneficial from the experience. Saturn. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learn nothing from it. Hang on. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learn nothing from it. Instead, allow your grief to take you to a place of deeper understanding. How beautiful. I love that. I love that. And that is an amazing advice card for everybody. Because when we're sitting in the energy of grief, and we're really, because it's such a heavy energy, right? It's probably one of the heaviest energies that we can sit in. It's very, very hard to be able to look outside of that energy and be like, oh, well, this is just a blink of an eye and we'll be reunited again. And I would never tell somebody that I would never say that to somebody that's actually in the throes of grief. But it's, it's really a part of an awakening process in itself, right? If you have really strong spiritual beliefs and a strong spiritual practice, then you'll have that understanding and that awakening and that awareness within yourself. I feel like that's probably one of the best things that my spiritual belief and all my studies have gifted me, is the understanding and that connection that I have on a daily basis of the of other dimensions. So I literally see, feel, and hear those in other dimensions. So I kind of really do know that. But again, everyone has to go through it, right? It's part of our healing, part of our process. But yeah, beautiful, amazing. I love that for you, Aries. Okay, so like I said, if this has resonated, like and subscribe to my channel. So on behalf of Penny Pen and myself, have an awesome November. Come back and watch this at the end of November so you can see how it resonates, okay? Sometimes because you'll probably forget all this stuff by the time November rolls around, right? So watch it at the end of November again and see how it resonated, and then comment for me in the comment section. Mwah. Thank you guys.